Hello, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Ashley and I make travel and lifestyle videos. And today we're gonna have a very Snoopy day. This is, obviously his best friend, Charlie Brown. But we are in Santa Rosa, California.
I thought his best friend was Woodstock.
Other best friend, you can have more than one best friend. Oh, I'm recording us. Whoopsies. Well, that didn't work out for me.
Leave it. We'll subtitle it.
Dad can't tell. It's you. Hey, furry. Hello, we're finally here. It's a little trafficy on a Saturday, but we are going to go have a Snoopy day in Santa Rosa. If you didn't know, this town, I believe, is, I don't know, something about Charles Schulz. I don't know if he lived here or he was born here, but it's a very Snoopy themed town, and we're gonna try and find as many Snoopy things as humanly possible, and peanuts also. Not just Snoopy. We'll be more inclusive. All right, come with us and this guy. It's my youngest. Oh, look, she's so embarrassed. I'll hide your face so no one can see it. First up, we went to Omelette Express, where they have this Woodstock statue out front, and it's a really cute, like, homey diner type restaurant. They do have more than omelets, even though their name implies that they only have omelets. Here's the menu, and here's where you can just see into the kitchen and watch all the food being freshly made. There's like two kind of rooms in this restaurant. The main one where you can walk in and go to the counter, and then there is also a different area with seating, or more seating, I guess. And they have lots of like car decor. They also make their salsa in-house, and it's free for every table, which I thought was such a nice touch. This was a great spot to get a nice filling meal before going to the Charles M Schulz Campus, because they have not only the museum, but like the ice skating rink, the cafe, and they have a gift shop, and all of these areas are really large and you can walk around and spend hours and hours there. So my daughter got the kids French toast with extra bacon, and of course I had to try out their omelets.
Do you need to adjust her up or down? No.
All right, this is the Omelette Express, so I got an omelet. He's gonna make me put on a microphone. Hold on. And here's my husband's French dip. He is always a more lunch over brunch kind of guy, but we had a great meal there and then headed over to the Charles M Schulz Museum, and this was the anniversary of the museum, so they had some special events going on the day we visited, which was very, very nice. One of the fun things you can do in Santa Rosa and all over Sonoma County, I believe, is see these statues. They are sprinkled throughout town, and they're so cute and really fun to find. There's also a map of them, so if you wanted to go looking for a bunch of them, you can go on their website and look for the map. Of course, there's a bunch of them around the museum too, because obviously you have to have some adorable statues at the museum. If you watched my very first vlog from this channel, you'll know that we actually came to the museum before, but our daughter had not been. This is her first time, and she is fully in her Snoopy era. She's a middle schooler, so I would not be surprised if other kids were also very into Snoopy. And that was the gift shop that was just in the museum, for like convenience. But I highly recommend you walk over to check out the full store that they have, because it has a lot more items, and we will check that out later in this video. As I mentioned before, there was a special event happening this day. So they had some tables set up where you could do different activities, obviously peanuts related activities. That was in addition to just seeing the museum, and I believe it was just included in the cost, which I always love when, the special events are just for everyone. And you can see my daughter is taking a video too, and here I am doing the craft. This one was like an origami craft where you could make a Snoopy's house and then add on elements to it, and it was really fun. They had actually 3 or 4 crafts, but I only did one because it took me a lot longer than I thought. And the staff was really sweet. They were not rushing anyone through, but I did want to vacate the space so other people who wanted to try it could at least make one. So I made one, and it was actually very tricky, but here's how it turned out. And then it was definitely worth it because my daughter wanted to keep it and put it in her room. So I made that, and now she has it in her room, which I think is very sweet. And this museum contains the largest collection of Peanuts comics in the world. So it is a very special place where you can spend hours reading all the comics. Obviously, it was a beautiful day when we went, so they have this entire outside area, and you can, I believe, eat lunch out here if you wanted to. This was the water fountain, and it was so pretty because the little holographic thing at the bottom made it really pretty. But yeah, they have some of these statues out here that I was mentioning, and there's just places to sit and relax. They also have buildings in the back. If you look behind this tree, you can see a building, but that was not open the day we went. I don't know really what that is. And this area is also very nice if you have small children and they need to run off a little energy. It's all fenced in. It's part of the museum. It's like out the back door, and you can have a seat, and people can run around, run off some energy, and just look around. And if you look on the ground, you can see that the tile pavers are put in the pattern of Charlie Brown's shirt. So that's fun. And look at how cute. Those are the clues for crossword Linus. That's so adorable. I love Linus. I have a kiddo that loves a blanket, so I always called that kid my little Linus. There are 2 stories to the museum, and you can access them by stairs, or there is an elevator if you need the accessibility, but you definitely have to come upstairs and check out the upstairs because there's a lot of cool things up there. They currently... Oh, this was really neat. I'll tell you about the other thing later. This is a wall from Charles M Schulz's house in a different place. This was, I believe, his child's nursery wall. And when that house sold, the museum, they cut out the wall and had it shipped to California. I believe it was from the Midwest. And yeah, the commitment to making this a cool museum is not lost on me. And here's a replica of his workspace. And going back to what I was talking about earlier, it is the anniversary of the Christmas special, the Snoopy Christmas special. So you'll find that up here too. They'll have a whole exhibit of the Christmas special. Another part of the special event was they had an illustrator, and he would illustrate any animal that you wanted in the style of the Peanuts characters. This was so cool. I asked for a panda, and it was so cute, and this was completely free. He had a jar on his table where he was collecting donations for PBS. So we went ahead and donated because we love PBS in this house. PBS is fantastic. Another super adorable thing you have to look for in this museum is all these little hidden fun things, or Easter eggs, if you want to call them that. These little holes in the wall had adorable little Woodstock images and Snoopy images inside. It was adorable. And like just random things. Like I think by the fire hydrant, they had a little illustration. Here is the elevator in case you need it. And here is an around the world, a Snoopy around the world. And here's another one of those little Easter eggs for you. The signs on the doors are wearing the Peanuts characters' outfits. Another thing they have upstairs is centers where people can participate in art. So this was a notebook that you leave there. You make a drawing however you want of the Peanuts characters, and then you leave it in their notebook, kind of like a guest book. They also have an area where you can go in and draw. After the museum, we walked across the campus to go, of course, check out all the beautiful statues and this topiary that they have out there. It is so cute. The theming is adorable. You definitely need to walk around. The first time we came, it was raining, so we didn't enjoy it quite as much as we did this time. But you get to see the little statues and all the decor. It is just very quaint and very relaxed. This was a weekend, and you can see there are people, but it's not overly crowded. Of course, my daughter wanted to go to the store, this big store where you can see all sorts of merch to buy. There's also a really cool spot upstairs. If you walk up the ramp, that's accessible. It's not stairs. It's like a very smooth, not too high of an incline ramp. You can go see for free all the displays they have upstairs, and they have like a little movie going upstairs. I also didn't include at the museum, they do have a theater where they show different interviews and some specials. So if you want to take a break and sit down and relax, you can always go in the movie theater and see what they're showing in there. But here is the upstairs of the gift shop, and this is completely free to enter. So if the museum is out of your budget, it's $15 a person, I believe, or at the time of filming this, it's $15 per person. You can always come here and get a more mini museum experience, and it's still a lot of fun, and there's a lot to see. It is definitely worth checking out this shop. Even if you don't want to shop, that's okay. You should still come up here and take in all the free exhibits. No one is checking or anything like that to make sure you buy anything. They obviously have all of these amazing things on display so that you can enjoy them. And they have a TV up here too if you want to sit and watch whatever special they're playing, or like if you want just a little break. We sat and watched, I think, a Valentine's special one time, the other time we went here, and I don't think I had seen the Valentine's special before, so that was really fun. My husband is obsessed with Lego, so he's showing you the Lego builds that they have in here, which were very cool. Then we headed to the Warm Puppy Cafe. I had not been here before, and I told my daughter she could just go in and look around and get a little refreshment because, you know, it's we're having the full experience, you know what I mean? So I wanted to show her everything. Another thing I should mention real quick, sorry, is the store had a sale and clearance rack, and we got a ton of clothes for my daughter. We got this little treat for her here, and then some sort of ice skating team was practicing. So while we were eating our little treat, while she was eating her little treat mostly, we were watching these lovely ice skaters. And I believe there are times when you can ice skate too. After wrapping that up, we went to the Santa Rosa Visitor Center, and visitor centers are always free to visit, and they have coupons. I just wanted to show you. So if you want to stop in here first and see what kind of coupons they have, that's totally free, and they don't care how many you take. And they had the Railroad Museum inside here, and this was also free. It is rather small, but hey, it was free, and you know, if it's free, it's for me, as my friend Cindy likes to say. And they had this room, which I really loved, that had a lot of information about the indigenous folks of this area. So they had like land acknowledgements and profiles about the people who still live in the area and the kinds of things that they do, like profiles about the people and ways you can support them. And I thought that was really beautiful. Also, in front of the visitor center, you can see this statue, and this is so cute, you know, Snoopy and his boy, Charlie Brown. And then we went back to this place, the Bat Cave Comics and Toys. It is downstairs, so I don't know if they have an accessibility entrance. Sorry, I should have found out. But this spot is very cool, and we wanted to take our daughter because last time we came, we found some Stranger Things items for her. She also loves that TV show, so we wanted to come back in and look to see what they had. And this is very cool. Like, it's part museum, like the person is showing off the collection of items they have. They also have an entire Snoopy area, Peanuts area in here too, which is more museum like. And then there's also toys for sale. There's all sorts of collectibles. I believe there's also manga and anime books for sale, and then they also have Funko Pops. So it's a very large space. They also have comic books, lots and lots of things to look at here. And then they also have sale tables if you're looking to get a little something for your kiddo. Next, we went and walked around the downtown area. There's lots of like little antique shops and I believe cafes and local stores, that kind of thing. After that, we went to this spot. It's called Noble Folk, and it has pie and ice cream. We had been here previously and really enjoyed it, so we wanted to come back. We didn't get a treat at the Warm Puppy Cafe. If you noticed, my daughter got one, so we opted to go to Noble Folk and get one for ourselves. We also brought home stuff for the kids. The other kids, they did not want to come with us. And then we sat in the park and ate our treats, and then we headed home. Thank you for watching. I will list my social medias down below if you want to check them out, and please like and subscribe. See you next time.